So you want to have that magical hair flow, that nice, whether it's a center part, you want to have wavy hair, you want to have healthy hair. Here are some tricks that I could share with you as a professional hairstylist for over 30 years to have that miraculous looking, amazing hair. First thing is you may look at this and go, oh my God, the hair is so thick, it's beautiful, you know, it's got some nice texture, got some nice wave. The key is to make your hair look really amazing, is to understand what type of hair you have, the texture of it, and how much do you have. I get questions all the time, oh, my hair is very fine, or I have thin hair, can I have this hairstyle? Believe it or not, having thin hair or fine hair is okay. It just depends on the amount that you have. If you have like really fine or thin hair, but you don't have a lot of it, and your hair looks like it's literally thinning, you see your scalp, that's gonna be a little bit more difficult to have that glorious, beautiful hair. But if you have a ton, like a lot of fine hair, kind of like this mannequin, believe it or not, this hair, the individual strands are very fine, and you have a lot of it, it's gonna be a lot easier to achieve many of the hairstyles that you may want. If you have hair that is just like a frizz ball, it's out of control, it's really wiry, and it looks like, you know, like really curly and frizzy and just dry and rough, well, chances are, because of your natural hair texture, you may not be able to achieve the look that you want. And the only thing you can do about that is try, you know, some of my different products, maybe getting a smoothing treatment or a keratin treatment. You know, there's a whole, but it's a chemical process. You have to change the hair texture that you naturally have from being frizzy, rough, dry, kinky, wiry to super smooth. There's not really many options. And I get questions all the time. You know, how can I do this? How can I wake up with my hair looking smoother and silkier, even though my hair is like a frizz ball? I'm like, well, it doesn't work that way, okay? Understand what your hair type is naturally. And if you have doubts or you're not sure, ask the person you're paying for. You're literally paying a professional to cut your hair. You ask them, hey, is my hair like thick? Is it thin? Is it curly, wavy? Like, what's my natural hair texture? Do I have a lot of hair? Like, talk to them. It's their job to give you the information. The amount of hair you have and the texture of your natural hair. Now let's say you have a hairstyle like this, something that's a bit more extreme, and you're like, I just don't like my hair, something is not right about it. You know, when I wake up, my hair is an absolute mess. It sticks up all day, and I can't work with this type of hair. Well, if you want your hair to look incredible, one of my biggest tips is make sure that you find the right haircut for you. And that's a matter of you communicating with your barber or your hairstylist. A lot of times you may have these expectations as a client where you go in, you show a photograph, and then the stylist or the barber just tries to duplicate that. Next thing you know, you're like, wait, this makes my face shape look awful. My hair is a mess. I don't have the right hair texture. Make sure that you have the right haircut for you personally, but also your hair texture, right? Make sure that you have the right haircut that's gonna work best with your day-to-day routine. If you have very, very dry, frizzy hair, the last thing you want is to have a haircut that, you know, doesn't have the proper length or the proper shape, because it may poof out all the time, right? Or you have a tendency to, you know, you say, oh, my hair sticks out all the time, and they keep cutting it so short that the hair just sticks out because it's too short. Well, maybe, you know, they need to not cut your hair so short. So look, it can lay down a bit flatter like this, right? I mean, it comes down to being that simple, and the person who's doing your hair needs to understand how to friggin' do haircuts, right? Or, oh, my hair always falls on my face like this. Well, the reason it's falling in your face, one, because you have a ton of hair. Two, you're not using any products to slick your hair back. And three, you've got the wrong haircut. This is cut really, really short. There's no layers in this. And what's happening is all the weight is causing all this hair to come fall in your face, and you're stuck with this look like all the time. So you have to reshape and find the right haircut that's gonna be suitable for what you want, your hair type, and also making sure you have the right products. Speaking of magical haircuts, I mean, this is a haircut that everybody seems to love this haircut. They want this layered flow. It's really, really amazing. And I do have a tutorial that I actually did on this haircut really recently on my channel. And I also do have seminars and courses at TheSalonGuy.com you can go to, and I have full in-depth step-by-step tutorials with no commercials, no ads, no nothing. It's just straight education you can rewatch over and over and over again and learn how I do my layering haircuts and it's very affordable. I'm talking like 50 bucks, 60 bucks. You know, I mean, I have a lot of options, but in order to have a haircut like this, which I get a lot of comments for, you know, maybe it's like a 90s type of hairstyle or a feathered hairstyle, I want you to really take a close look at what's happening in through here. So as we get a little bit closer, you can see all of these pieces right in through here. Now, all of these pieces are what I call layers, right? And that's not just me, but that's what this is. So when I brush, this is my carbon comb too, which is available at shop.thesalonguy.com. One of my favorite combs, my carbon comb. Listen to this thing. So when I go like this, the reason you're seeing that movement in the hair, and you see how perfectly balanced and even and layered that is, it's simply because of the way I cut this. And you need to have the right haircut to achieve a certain style sometimes. So if you go to your professional, your hair professional, and you have them do a haircut on you, and for some reason, whatever it is, your hair is not laying properly, right? Doesn't have that flow, or, you know, one side looks a lot better than the other side. It's simply because of the haircut. It's a technical issue. The person who's doing your hair is not cutting it the right way. And that's causing your hair to have all sorts of issues, and it's causing it to not flow properly, right? So that magical flow everybody wants, you know, it's simply because the hairstylist or the barber is not cutting and layering it. And that means that the hair has to be held up and cut to have layers and shape. That's really what it comes down to, right? Check it out. Layers and shape. That's what it comes down to. And the hair will fall. So as high as you hold it up, that's where the hair is going to fall. The shorter, it's not going to have really a lot of layers. So maybe they're cutting it too short. Or if the hair is held up too high, the layers are going to fall way too long. So finding that right shape and that right length to have those layers based off of the kind of look that you want is going to be something that's really, really important. You can see this hair is really, really smooth. It's got this awesome, cool sweep. You know, it has no frizz to it, very, very silky, very shiny. The thing is a lot of people say, how do I get my hair to look like this? You know, it's really dry and frizzy, and I want my hair to look smooth and shiny and silky. Well, I want to be 6'3". We all want things that we can't necessarily have sometimes, so you have to make changes and alterations, AKA using hair products. So the one thing I think is almost the most important part of all of this is the hair products you're using. Now, I know many of you live in other countries. You may not have access to maybe getting my products, and I can't speak on behalf of other product lines. I know some of them, maybe not the highest quality. I don't know what's being sold in, like, you know, other countries and maybe the Middle East or Asia or whatever, or Europe. But I know that my product line, they have high performance, high quality ingredients. They are a bit of a premium product, but you're also purchasing from a hairstylist for over 30 years who's helped create these products. So everything that I have launched, I've really, really spent a lot of time and effort making sure that they're going to perform the way that I want them to perform. So all the products that I'm selling are like I'm approving them, like a stamp of approval, because they're under my brand. So that's another thing that, you know, when you purchase from me and you're not brainwashed by some 19-year-old on TikTok who's selling you, you know, a product that they made in their bathroom because they have washboard abs and like nice hair. I mean, that's fine. But, you know, in all honesty, it really comes down to a matter of taste. You know, if you don't care about that, then fine. But smooth, sleek, silky hair. Yes, you need a smoothing serum. I have a smoothing serum. You have to use the right blow dryer, the right shampoos and conditioners, you know, the right sprays, like 25 spray. 25 spray is like a multivitamin for your hair. Every single time you style your hair, like you wash your hair, you should be spraying this in. It transforms your hair. I've had this product for a long time. It's my second bestseller. 25 hair benefits in this bottle. Trust me, this is a handcrafted formula that has really, really good extracts and ingredients that are good for your hair and your scalp. This should be used every time you are styling your hair. Right after you wash it, you spray that in and then go about blow drying it and applying whatever products when you're done. So the hair products are probably, you know, the most important thing, your hair care routine, your regimen, you know, the shampoos. It starts from the shampoo, then it goes beyond that. If you're using a bunch of hot tools, curling irons, smoothing irons. You're using, cheap hairsprays, cheap hair products that are loaded with harsh chemicals to your hair that dry your hair out. You're not using the right hair brushes. I mean, I've literally seen people singe their hair because of the hair tools that they're using. I have all of this. If you are looking to improve your hair game, make your hair look healthier, doesn't matter if you're male, female, all my stuff is unisex. Shop.TheSalonGuy.com, and I have a code for you, YouTube20. I'm literally giving you a 20% discount, which I hate to say this, unfortunately, so many of you use the discount, that's awesome. I leave so much money on the table with discounts, hundreds of thousands of dollars that I'm giving back to you in discounts. So I really, I appreciate all the support. But let me know in the comments below if you found this video helpful. Please subscribe. Don't forget shop.thesalonguy.com. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.